Sponsored by the Mike Morris Law Firm, 855 Mike Wins. Live streaming in downtown Detroit, it's Jason Carr Live with your host, Jason Carr.
Hello. What's going on? I believe that I hurt my back for the first time ever today.
Ever? It's
Well,
never happened before?
Not like this.
Yeah.
I mean, I've twisted my back before, and it goes away. This is something altogether different. I was
I'm sorry to
dragging
hear that.
heavy trash out to the curb, and halfway down the driveway, I felt something pop or twinge in my back. I don't know what I did.
I remember the very first day of football practice where we actually got the pads out and started hitting drills, and that first day I got laid out and I was down on my back for a week.
This is between my shoulder blades. The former CEO of Equifax was continuously photobombed as he testified before Congress this morning. At the far right of the screen, you'll see someone that you may recognize. It is Rich Uncle Pennybags from the board game Monopoly. It hurts to laugh, but it's funny.
We were watching this yesterday and kept thinking, man, this has got to be staged. This can't be real. And, you go to the feed and it's actually happening. Absolutely incredible. Now, Mr. Uncle Pennybags, that character, I guess, is actually based off of J.P. Morgan. He used to walk around in a morning suit and a top hat.
Stroking his mustache. There's another. He chases him to the elevator.
Yeah, and he's got a big bag of money.
He's got a big bag of money, and he chases. Richard Smith testifying about a data breach that affects more than 145 million people. In other news, Equifax just won a $7.25 million no-bid contract with the IRS.
To keep our data safe. Yes.
Rich and compelling. Now this. What in the world?
Well, it's just a train track that's on a wood floor, but the momentum of the train keeps pushing the track around. It was interesting, actually, on Reddit. These guys were going through the entire physics of it and how difficult of a problem it is to measure, like if you added more inertia to the train, how it's going to change the direction of the track. But it's certainly compelling.
Connecticut's premier non-scary fall destination is open after all. It's Pumpkin Town, USA. It's a fall favorite in East Hampton. A small pumpkin patch called Paul's and Sandy's opened in 1990 with just two pumpkin heads, Leroy Butternut and Penelope Parton. Each year, the population grew, and in 1993, when the population reached 38, business owners Paul and Sandy created Pumpkin Town. Each pumpkin head is painted by hand each year. Pumpkin Town includes a fast food restaurant called Mac Pumpkins, a saloon, a jail, a church, and of course a farm. If you were ever wondering where David S. Pumpkins hails from,
It's Pumpkin Town, USA.
it's Pumpkin Town, USA. Take a look at that Chrysler LeBaron.
That's cool. So much of Halloween is based off of being, terrified, whereas there's more to it than that.
Sure. Looking for a new espresso machine but tired of the look of metal or plastic? How about one that's made out of concrete? Anza says the machine was born out of passion for good coffee and boredom with the default espresso machine. And at just $799, it's a bit more than we're willing to spend here on Jason Carr Live on a coffee maker, but it would look cool in a garage or a warehouse setting.
It's interesting looking. Now, I had priced out espresso machines a while back. A decent one is just way out of my price range. And this one, it seems like there isn't a whole lot of technology inside it. It's just the fact that it's made out of concrete. But it's still interesting looking. You don't usually see them made out of concrete.
I'm trying to remember what we have. We have something, it's an Illy.
Mm-hmm.
but it's something Henry for Illy or something. It's like a double name.
Yeah.
By Illy or for Illy.
But the big thing, and I did so much research, but back when I really wanted one, and when I got back from Europe and was used to good espresso, but really, if you can't control drip times and the pressures and stuff, then it's not really that great of an espresso machine.
Noreen says that would be too heavy to lug around the kitchen. Do you have the drawing that we did yesterday?
Oh yeah, let's grab that. Now, Jason, that is one incredible mermaid. You did well on that part.
You're giving my daughter credit for drawing the shark and pinning the mermaid on me?
Oh, you know what? I got a second one so that it moves up a little, so the banner doesn't cover it.
What's that?
I have, see if you notice, there's one and two. See, I moved the second one up so that the banner doesn't cover it.
Oh, gotcha. That was yesterday after school. Well, my daughter went home from school early. She bumped her head on the playground. So, Daddy, I want to do something. I said, well, let's draw. So we drew that together, Under the Sea.
So what am I looking at? I'm looking at a mermaid.
You got a mermaid there and a seal and some other fish. There's an octopus in there. There's a lobster, or a crab, rather. My daughter taught me yesterday that on a crab, there's only one pincher. It's like the dominant, and the other one's just like a claw.
Oh, left-handed, right-handed crabs.
So, the crab will actually have a giant pincher that's bigger than the other one. What she learned in school.
I didn't even know that. Yeah.
Did not know that.
Now, the dangers of mermaids is the pressure would obviously kill them, right? I don't know enough about mermaids, but you'd imagine the pressure it wouldn't work.
The Food and Drug Administration sent a letter to the owners of Neshoba Brook Bakery, warning them the company was violating label regulations by listing love as an ingredient in its granola. Love is not a common or usual name of an ingredient and is considered to be intervening material because it is not part of the common or usual name of the ingredient, said the FDA.
I mean...
And while you're at it, get your damn dog out of my yard, keep your kids from running across my grass, mind your own business.
The FDA. You know, they're right, I guess. The CEO came out and said, like, oh, this is just silly. Apparently they had some other health code violations that the letter was mainly about, but it was also the fact that love is not an ingredient.
Hey, it's time to pay the cat tax. You rarely think of a cat as the first animal to join a police beat, but in New Zealand, things are different. Tia the cat works at Wellington District Police, helping out Senior Constable Carrie Morrell.
There's music to go along with it, too. Listen to this.
Hopefully she'll sniff some stuff out for us today. Are you ready to go to work?
I thought cats didn't like being tethered.
Yeah, it's very rare to see a cat deal with that.
Ready to go out to the car park?
For the first time in 4 decades, the Coliseum's 5th and highest level will reopen to the public on November 1st, offering visitors a magnificent view of the amphitheater and Rome. Up to 25 people at a time will have access to the new tours that start on the 3rd level of the amphitheater. First level of the Coliseum was reserved for the emperor and his senators, while the second was reserved for imperial officials. The highest floor was rebuilt in the 19th century by Luigi Canina. The Coliseum attracts over 6 million visitors a year, making it the capital's leading tourist attraction. It took 10 years to build.
10 years, that's nothing. When was the last time anyone spent 10 years building anything?
I-75.
Well,
Joking, I've got jokes. Sorry.
Well, now the Junction Bridge is going to be rebuilt after that.
How long did it take them to build the Zilwaukee Bridge?
Let's find out.
Because in the middle of that, I want to say there were structural or integrity issues.
But it's still standing. construction started in late 1979 and didn't end until September 1988. Wow.
I was close.
Wait, hold on. So it opened in December of 87.
And then?
And then construction ended a full year, almost a full year later. Wow.
There's a whole backstory in the Milwaukee Bridge. I think there's a reason why it goes like that. It doesn't make a perfect span.
Arch.
It's like a weird, there's like a hump to it. I think that, like concrete was falling off of it or something. Hundreds of colorful lanterns flooded the sky over Taiwan in an autumn edition of a traditional Lunar New Year festival. 19-year-old Lunar New Year Festival is one of the most popular events of the year in Taiwan. It was the first year for the fall event. Attendees wrote wishes onto the lanterns before posing for pictures and releasing them into the sky.
You know what? I just thought of something that I saw yesterday.
You know what this looks like? Can you take it full?
Yeah.
Oh, on that other shot, it looked like blood platelets. You know, like in Fantastic Voyage or...
Here, I'll go back a little.
Inner Space with Dennis Quaid and Martin Short. Have you seen either movie? Miniaturized people inside a submarine go inside the human body?
I don't think I've seen that one. I mean,
There's Fantastic Voyage from 1966
that one I think I've seen.
with Raquel Welch.
Yeah.
Well, if you haven't seen it, because Raquel Welch is in a bodysuit, you need to see it. And then Inner Space,
Inner Space I didn't
Dennis
see.
Quaid, Martin Short, and Meg Ryan.
And
A really good reimagining of basically the same story.
why are they going into the body that time? The first time it was like a president or something. It was like a...
Yeah, he had to save his life. The second time, I want to say that he had... he knew something and had escaped into Martin Short's body. He had the goods on the bad guys or something. I don't know. I think the bad guys were the ones doing the miniaturizing or something like that. I mean, the movie came out in '86, and I probably haven't seen it since '88, but it's a great movie. Michelle, you've never seen Inner Space with Dennis Quaid, the hilarious, convulsing body language comedy of Martin Short, and the leading man heroics of Dennis Quaid, and the cute as a button Meg Ryan, all in the same movie?
Wow, it does look like blood platelets. You're right.
A long time ago, a really good couple, and
Many wishes are related to family well-being because the festival is a time to come together with loved ones. Environmentalists have criticized Sky Lantern events in the past year for generating too much plastic waste. Organizers say they have taken steps to clean up and recycle the trash. Tammy Coleman has never seen Fantastic Voyage or Inner Space. Hey, I got a great idea. What's the website that has all the movie trailers?
Oh, let me find that. Hold on. I've got something else to show you. This was really interesting when I saw this yesterday. This is from a documentary in the 1960s about the U.S. freeways. And just this little bit of it was so interesting, and it's narrated by Rod Serling.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
There's also another movie, Osmosis Jones.
I remember that one. Yeah.
Huh? Classic. Yeah, I was reviewing movies at the time as an adult making a living. And you guys are in high
To
school.
be economically feasible, roads constructed now must last a
What are we looking at
generation or
here?
more.
This is
The
this
highways
documentary
of
about the
year
roads construction in the
2000
60s.
are already on the
But
drawing
listen to where
board.
he goes with it.
Researchers using computer technology have come up with an idea that may allow the motorist of the future to throw away his road map and receive all his directions from an electronic route guidance system. The driver tells the system where he wants to go. This information is transmitted to a receiving station, where the route is instantly tabulated and relayed back to the vehicle by short-range radio from alongside the road. If the driver makes a mistake, the computer corrects it, and the motorist is back on course. These systems are too expensive for immediate, widespread use. But through research, we're learning about them and pointing the way for the
So it's
future.
a Garmin Nuvi
With
that's
advanced
controlled by
designs
the
like
Interstate
this
Highway
today,
System.
Yes.
It's hard to imagine what our transportation system, roads and vehicles will be like in
Next
about
exit,
30 years.
the Twilight Zone.
But
Picture, if you
Hi, I'm
will,
Senior Constable
a
Kevin
bespectacled
Morrell.
producer behind the wheels of a live streaming TV show. Were you going to look up the trailer for Inner Space?
Yes. Let's look at that now.
This rabbit.
Had we watched this before?
Inner Space?
No, this trailer. Probably not.
Why?
Because it's like it was already queued up halfway through it as if we had watched it once before or something.
That's weird.
Okay.
Test pilot Tuck Pendleton wants to make history. Supermarket clerk Jack Putter needs a vacation.
Jack, you're late. That's not good. You know it's coupon day.
Lieutenant Pendleton is about to be miniaturized, placed into this needle, and then injected into this rabbit.
Rock and roll.
But something went wrong. And Tuck's about to get a new destination. Inside Jack Putter.
I'm in a man.
Hello, can you hear me? I'm possessed!
Now, Jack's got twice the problems,
How you doing, Jack?
but he's double the man. With Tuck on his side,
Kicking more cows!
in his gut, and on his case.
You're not gonna back groceries all your life, are you, Jack?
And only 24 hours left for Jack to get out of danger, so that Tuck can get out of Jack. Dennis Quaid, Martin Short. Give yourself a shot of adventure.
Yeah,
Space.
I do remember seeing that.
You saw it?
Yeah, that sounds very familiar. Martin Short, you just don't see him in enough stuff anymore.
You know who? Let me try that again. He provides the voice for an animated character currently airing on PBS.
Which show is that?
Cat in the Hat.
He does the voice for Cat in the Hat? I didn't know there was a Cat in the Hat animated show up until now.
Well, it would help if you had a kid. I mean, I've got a 6.5-year-old at home, so of course I know there's a new Cat in the Hat on PBS as voiced by Martin Short. I was shocked to learn that.
See, I want another Three Amigos. That's,
Oh, God, that hurt. Good morning, Nikisha. How are you? Kim feels like she's back in 8th grade watching a reel-to-reel movie. Jason, use a capsaicin patch on your upper back. Have you ever tried capsaicin? I never hear of it except in the wee hours of the morning on AM radio. They're advertising capsaicin.
Mm-hmm. Now take a look at this. This is, they're making repairs on the ISS.
What's going on here?
You know, they're just making regularly scheduled repairs on the ISS. Thousands and thousands of, hundreds of thousands of feet above sea level. I don't know exactly. How far up are they?
What exactly is going on here?
It's hard to tell. I think something is about to attack the Enterprise. 254 miles up. Pretty clear signal for that type of distance.
Michael says, what are we drawing today? Well, I drew a shark yesterday. Maybe I could draw Rich Uncle Pennybags.
That'd be good. I'd like to see that.
So I came up with an idea.
Mm-hmm.
How they can see us in other places.
How?
It's a great idea. It's a beautiful idea. Like almost like syndication. I can't share it.
Oh, okay.
But
All right.
I'll tell you.
Soon.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, you know what's interesting is our Facebook temporary ban ends today at 5 p.m. So look for more Click on Detroit content coming soon.
Can you call me up an image of Rich Uncle Pennybags, please?
Yes, let's.
Did you ever mail those drawings? Because we've never heard back from anybody.
I never heard back from them.
Linda Harper Sargent says, did they send out my pic you drew from Friday?
I didn't send one to her. Was there one for her Friday?
John, you better explain what you mean by banned, because people say
Oh, okay.
we're not banned.
All
There's
right,
a
no.
dispute with Facebook, and John will explain it.
So on live streams, when there's an Amber Alert, we'll take a picture of the child and put it on a background and just throw it up on Facebook Live and have it keep looping all day. And we'll put more information in there as we get it. Now, Facebook must have an algorithm that looks through all the old videos and looks at that one and says, someone is trying to game the system. They might think that, it's a bot. It's not an actual human that's sitting back there looking at it, but the algorithm thinks that we're either trying to put up a commercial or just a logo, or that one still picture isn't actually a live stream. So occasionally we'll get a message saying that you've violated whatever terms, and then later on we just have to wait it out. Basically, we can appeal it, but Zuckerberg, he doesn't care. He doesn't care.
Zuckerberg. What does that do to us? Drops
So,
our numbers, right?
From what I understand, it's that our content gets stalled. Basically, it doesn't reach as many people as it normally would.
Unless you seek it out specifically.
Exactly.
Like all of you fine people do. I got him. So, you want the owl from last week sent to me? The owl. Oh, weight loss owl?
Weight loss owl? Okay.
Do you have, where did he go?
Where did he go?
Oh, here he comes. Can you pull out the drawing I did of Linda Harper Sargent?
I need to start organizing these under my category.
You get to start dating them. The last Linda Harper Sargent, where I imagined what she looked like. We didn't mail that, did we?
No, I sent.
Would have been one of the last 5 that we've done.
As you a curator.
Oh, there she is. Did you see this?
No.
Linda Harper Sargent asked me to do your trick there with the quick zoom. She asked me to draw her sight unseen, what I think she looks like. So that's what I drew.
It's pretty close.
And then where's Weight Loss Owl? Do you have that curator, Ken? I'm going to turn this into Bob Ross. I'm going to put on a poofy-haired wig and a groovy 70s shirt, and I'm just going to sit here with a light and a camera, and I'm just going to draw and show you how to draw stuff, but not well.
Weight loss hawk?
Was it Weight Loss Hawk?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it was.
Weight loss hawk, right?
It wasn't the owl, it was Weight Loss Hawk.
I still think Nosehead could be a sitcom or a cartoon character. He's a detective. He smells
It's-
out crime. He sniffs it out.
He
He
sniffs out
smells crime before it
It's
happens.
huge. This could be huge.
Nosehead. It's so
I'm serious.
it's so ridiculous.
Call Cartoon Network.
Mandy Porath Berg wants me to make happy little trees.
Happy little trees.
Well,
With him, with Mr. Moneybags, Pennybags. Now, what was funny about yesterday's whole thing was that everyone on the internet was arguing that technically she wasn't dressed as Rich Uncle Pennybags because Rich Uncle Pennybags doesn't have a monocle, which is technically true.
Unlike the Planter's Peanut Man.
Yes, Planter's Peanut, and I believe Scrooge McDuck has a monocle.
That's true. Wait, it was she. It was a he, wasn't it?
Yes. Wait. No, she. This was Amanda Werner, who is part of a group protesting clauses that force consumers
I thought it was a dude.
who have disputes with financial industry into arbitration. This was really fascinating that the way the laws are written, that if you have an issue with certain central banks and with certain parts of the financial industry, you don't have any other way of making it whole except arbitration, and arbitration tends to favor one side over the other. So the Americans for Financial Industry into Arbitration, Americans for Financial Reform and Public Citizen, she's with that group, and they're arguing that forced arbitration limits consumers' ability to take their claims to court. And she's absolutely right. So this was a good way to get that out there. I've never been to a congressional hearing, so I'm very curious as to like what it takes to get through security dressed as Rich Uncle Pennybags.
Maybe the person that would normally put the kibosh on that, or the kibosh, if you prefer, was sympathetic and was just like, you know what? I'm going to let you through.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible. Don't you think?
Yeah, no, it's perfect. You know, and I've been telling myself for a while, I don't have a morning suit. Do you have a morning suit, with the tail on it?
I don't.
Yeah. Then when did people stop wearing morning suits?
I didn't even know they were. I'm consider myself pretty knowledgeable about stupid stuff like that, and I didn't even know it was called a morning suit.
Yeah, it's usually it's pants that are either checkered or plaid or just a completely off gray in this scenario, and a coat with a tail and top hat. That's where the weird, goofy vest comes in.
Yeah.
And I believe that's just for the mornings, And then obviously you have your dinner suit, your dinner jacket. But what happens in the afternoon? Do you have to change again?
Well, I mean, don't forget you had smoking jackets.
Yep. But that would be after dinner. You didn't put that on until later. I guess it depends on what's going on during your day.
I suppose it could.
So apparently this woman was at the congressional hearing handing out
Good job, Jim.
get out of jail free cards and making sure that everyone got one. So that's nice. I don't have one.
What?
A get out of jail free card?
Can we see her
Yeah, let's go back
original
to,
portrayal?
Let's go back to her.
Cindy, that's because we're in Facebook jail, disputing with Facebook about an Amber Alert that they mislabeled as content that we couldn't share on a continuous basis. That was violating their rules or weird, like. A leisure suit would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
I say the boy's sharp as a bowling ball. Right there. Right. You're telling me that's a girl playing that?
Yeah. She's looking right at it.
Ow.
Oh.
Oh. Facebook is making the rules up. As I go there, be intimidated by the government is beginning to look like censorship, says Gary.
Intimidated by the government. Well, Facebook's pretty powerful. From what I understand, Zuckerberg is going to be testifying before Congress about the ads that were sponsored by Russia to influence the election, which is interesting because I guess a good amount of those ads were specifically targeted towards Michigan and Wisconsin. So there's a good chance that maybe we saw some of those, which is cool.
Most likely.
But if I were Zuckerberg, I don't think I'd feel intimidated. They're holding all the cards. Collect $200. You know, anytime you see rich Uncle Pennybags, you start thinking about your own finances. You know, I've been holding on to Shortline and reading for quite a while. I've been trying to get my hands on B&O, but it just can't. I've been thinking about just knocking all 4 of my houses down and building a hotel on Baltic.
You know how long it's been since I played Monopoly? I mean...
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. It's been even longer. I mean, there's a lot of games out there I haven't played in a long time.
Well, once Gia's old enough, you get to go through that whole experience of, like, explaining how the game ends. Like, okay, so all of your property, all of their houses, all of your... you're going to mortgage all of it, and it's still not enough to pay me.
You know, I never much cared for... Oh, there's the tree that they wanted.
Yep, okay, good.
I never much cared for Monopoly.
It's because the game is rigged, just as unchecked capitalism is. That's what the game is technically about, is that without the Sherman Antitrust Act, without actually being able to stop a monopoly, everyone else loses. But the best board game, obviously, is Risk.
No, it's Life. The game of life.
Life is good, too.
It hurts to laugh, but I love the lean in and the brow furrow. Oh. Michael thinks Risk was great.
Yeah, I think so too. Best game.
Hey, did you see the Equifax CEO was testifying? Sandra? Did you see the Equifax CEO was testifying?
Did you draw that yourself?
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
Surprised.
Wow.
Wow. Nosehead, the guy whose nose is his head.
He fights crime. He smells crime before it happens.
He smells crime.
Mm-hmm. Something stinks this fall.
This fall on NBC, something stinks, and he's got the sniffer to find it. Nosehead. Co-starring Linda Harper Sargent. I'm glad we can entertain ourselves. But don't forget, I got to tell you my way about how we can...
Mm-hmm. I'm curious.
It's a good one. We're talking to somebody upstairs about it. Tammy Coleman wants Nosehead. But who wants this incredible drawing of fictitious Linda Harper Sargent?
Linda?
Linda didn't want it. She
No?
said, that doesn't look anything like me. Can't help you there. Do you have any rich and compellings?
Just the one, actually, with the train.
Linda Harper Sargent wants, what, you want your drawing? You want Nosehead? Mandy wants the tree. Well, the tree would come with penny bags. What'd you guys do over there? You're like 20 minutes behind me getting back.
We were,
Goofing off?
yeah. I thought about grabbing some lunch, but I think it was closed.
You're there too
Start at
early.
2 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock is lunchtime.
Right, precisely. Tammy says, please, goats in pajamas.
Oh, goats in pajamas. I don't even know if I have that one loaded up here. Hold on. Okay, I got a goat in a hotel. I got, kid getting scared when a goat farts. And goats in pajamas. There it is. I have so much weird content on this computer. What?
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Priya man, everybody.
What does it feel like to be sweet 16?
Oh, for the 5th time. Well, actually, it's like the 3rd time almost. That was nice. She came over and said happy birthday.
Yeah. Now here's let's see. I got to turn up the volume for this one. I think there's a kid getting scared by a goat. What else?
Cheryl Goudreau says, I just love goats.
Here's a goat trying to break into this. I don't remember what kind of store this was. I think it was an insurance agency. Strong door. I think he gets it at some point, though. Yep. Okay, more goats. What else I got? I got, oh, this one could be good. Ready?
Oh, whoa!
Isn't that Paula Tutman?
Yeah. I don't remember what the story was. Here's more
Co-starring
goats.
Linda Harper Sargent. You know, if any of you truly want these modern masterpieces, these works of fine art, all you have to do is send your snail mail address to jsteckroth at wdiv.com. J. Steckroth, STECKROTH at wdiv.com. It helps to play up to his ego and to verbally bribe him with compliments.
Yep. Can't hurt.
Where do you get the postage to send this stuff off?
I don't know. There's a bucket you just leave it in, and it goes out.
Isn't it supposed to be postmarked?
Yeah, no, it's just someone else takes care of it, I guess.
Are you sure? It might be still sitting up there. Those are the first two that we allegedly mailed that we never heard anything about?
Yeah, maybe I should go double check. But that's what I was told. I was like, there's 3 buckets. There's one for unstamped, one for stamped, and one for something else. But I'm sure I put it in the right one.
Bye, Helen. You have a fabulous day as well. Weight loss hawk, nose head, rich Uncle Pennybags. What time you got?
9:51.
9:51. Well, we're happy to help you there, Pam and Gary, Allison. We'll see you on TV at 10 o'clock.
Stay classy, Detroit.